Hey, what's up, North County? Welcome to the Morning Brew Show. I am producer Eric, and we are here on, what is today, Thursday? Wednesday or Thursday? Anyways, want to say hello, and we have Randy on the phone right now. Randy, you there?
What's up? What's up, North County?
What up, man?
What is crack-a-lacking over there at the studio?
Just, you're here, but you're like here, but I don't know, man.
Dude,
What's going on, dude?
Just laid up here in the bed, wish I was there for sure.
Yeah, you sound like hell.
It's bizarrest of this is it has to do with I can't expand my lungs. So the bottom of my lungs is filling up with like phlegm, like a pneumonia would.
No kidding.
And and so I mean, a good thing I did go to the hospital, right?
Yeah.
But that's what they said is they gave me this device that I'm supposed to, inhale like it has this like meter that like need to get to certain levels. I need to do it 10 or 15 times an hour to keep my lungs, because otherwise I'm taking like little tiny short breaths.
Right.
And the doctor noticed that when I was there, and she was like, she goes, "You're going to develop pneumonia because you can't get all the phlegm out. You're not utilizing your lungs, to full capacity."
So it's
pretty wild. Huh?
So it's just basically expanding your lungs so they're exercised so that way you can still breathe. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. I know, and it was funny because prior to going, I was kind of like every now and then it would have that big, deep, this is gonna be gross, but that loogie from the bottom of the pit. You know what I'm talking? Everybody knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it hurt like hell to get it out because it would be stuck in there, and then. So from that point on, it's like, man, whenever that comes, I feel that, man, I'm hacking up a lung to get that thing out. So
that's not good, man. That's not good. So,
but yeah,
are you gonna be ready for the Sheriffs Rodeo coming up?
Yeah, 100%, man. I was super bummed. I thought I was gonna be ready this morning, but I was on these really cool pills that the doctor gave me. I guess when I sent you the message last night, because I was felt great.
Wow, all doped up.
Yeah, right. I'm like, man, I feel no problem, no big deal. It popped out the show list and all that stuff, and I'm like, sweet. And then, like at 3:00 or whatever, 3:30 in the morning, I woke up and it had worn off, and I was like, ow.
Oh man.
Back to taking forever to get out of bed, and it's wild, man. But yeah, dude, I'm alive, man. I'm alive, and thank God I am, because it could have been bad, man. It could have been bad.
It could have been real bad. So, yeah, I know when you called me, I was like, holy crap, I didn't know what happened. But hey, can you kind of? Everybody's asking me where this happened and all this stuff. Can you kind of give us a lowdown on what happened?
Yeah, all good and bad stories start with we were drinking.
Yeah.
And, stupidity set in, and after hours, and, I knew when I bought this goddamn thing that somebody was going to get hurt, and it was going to be either me or, Robbie or Ryan, and I'm glad it was me, but, jumped in the Polaris and took off, and, not too far from the campsite, and was playing around and, having fun, and next thing I know, we're flipped over on the ground, and, I'm stuck. I'm hung up in the steering wheel column. Justin's on the other side, and he's trying to get me out. And we finally get out, and just blood gushing everywhere because we both smashed our head, onto the roll bar, and of course, stupidity. No helmet, no seatbelt, and just one of those stupid decisions that.
Yeah,
I have to live with,
I hear you,
but
I make no stupid decisions, so I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So anyway, sadly learned that lesson, the hard way, and now I'm paying for it, and I feel like literally I fell off like a 10-story building right on my side because my whole right chest cavity, back, neck, shoulder. Because we basically just pile drive the ground. We literally just hit so hard, skidded. The players, slid across. There's paint from the roll bar on the dirt that along with the blood and stuff.
Wow.
And it hit so hard that there's paint from the roll bar, powder coated roll bar on the ground. So,
you guys are lucky to be alive, man. That's kind of
100%.
That's rough. Yeah. But we're glad you guys are alive, though. We're glad that everything, you learned a lesson, and now you're a little banged up, but that's better. Better than.
Yeah, my biggest thing was like, holy crap, we got the Sheriffs Rodeo this weekend. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, we're gonna do it. I'm gonna be dialed in and looking forward to the full game event, man. Starting gates open at 3:00. We get the fan zone. We got the mutton busting, which is going to be the first time this year with the Sheriff Rodeo.
Yeah.
We're going to be posted up right next to the bulls and the bull chute. And then after that, we have Andy Bosco, which is going to be a kick-ass concert afterwards.
Hell yeah.
So, I can't wait, man. I can't wait. I'm, might not be as much help with the heavy duty stuff, but definitely going to be there.
We'll get you there. You'll be like Weekend at Bernie's, if anything. We'll just sit you up in a chair and have you just with the microphone. All right.
Right.
We'll just
so what's been going on over there? I know we got some commercials that you've been doing for our new sponsors.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. I do. I have to go see Alex today over at Suprema. I got to go cut some videos over there. So we have 2 more commercials for our sponsors that will hopefully be rolling by tomorrow and rolling into the Sheriffs Rodeo too as well. So I'm excited about that. But yeah, they came in. Matt and Alex came in yesterday and they cranked them out like that, like 3 takes. Awesome. They did an awesome job. I was very impressed, and we got them dialed in. So yeah, Matt and Alex are.
Eric. Eric, it's super funny. I was thinking about this yesterday because when you're laying in bed and watching like the endless supply of American Idol, and now I'm onto The Voice now, it gives you a lot of time to reflect, right?
Yeah.
And remember the very first Sheriff Rodeo that we went to. What did we do? What did you do? What did you give Wyatt?
I gave him a hat.
You gave him a hat. And said, "Hey, go throw that up on stage."
Which was not like you're not supposed to do that.
Right, yeah. Right. But he did. So he went over there. He threw that up on stage, and then the hat was there. It was our What's Up North County hat, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it was up there, and we both said, "Dude, pretty soon next year we're going to be up there. We're going to be up there for real."
Mm-hmm.
Right?
That's right,
And what were we? Last year, we were up there on the stage.
We were.
For real.
We were.
This year, we're broadcasting again, but also with video. I mean, and a big part of the Slow Sheriff Rodeo. So it's amazing, man. Amazing what can happen in a short amount of time.
It is. It's crazy, but we both had a vision, and thanks to our viewers too as well, watching. That's why it all kind of came to fruition, and here we are. You know what I mean? So hey, Kyle says good morning. Kyle's on. Kyle.
What's up, Kyle?
Yeah. But yeah, man, this is gonna be a lot of fun, man. I am like really excited. I have been like just the whole studio is torn apart right now. If you came in here right now, you'd be like, what in the hell happened? I have wires. I have cameras. I have everything getting ready to go over there. So man, I am super stoked, and it's gonna be a lot of fun.
Well, hopefully the plan is to still broadcast live Friday morning, right?
Yeah, like
the Morning Brew there.
Like I said, if it's gonna be like Weekend at Bernie's, I gotta come over there and pick you up and prop you up into a chair and just sit you there. So yeah, we'll definitely be there doing the Morning Brew on Friday morning. That's gonna be the game plan.
Get Chad and hopefully Sharon Parkinson and everybody over there. Maybe some sponsors that are that are on the grounds there getting ready and preparing for the Sheriffs Rodeo, because it's going to be a big day.
That's going to be a
everything's
huge
starting
day.
really on Friday. So I think the qualifiers are over there on Friday in the morning.
That's right. We have the qualifiers coming in, and I'm going to have like 4 to 5 hours to put all the qualifiers on their names on a list and have it up there for them to see on the big screen. Those Jumbotrons are awesome, by the way. I know I only sent you a picture of them, but man, when you guys go to the rodeo, it's going to be amazing. You're going to be able to see the rodeo from every avenue of the arena. It's going to be great. It's going to be awesome. So.
Oh, you didn't send me a picture.
I sent you a picture.
I didn't get a picture. I never got a picture.
I thought I sent you a picture. Okay, now we're arguing.
I mean, now if you did, maybe I didn't see it, but I've gotten a ton of emails and a ton of text messages that I'm trying to keep up with things. But
okay.
But yeah, no, I haven't seen that.
Well, guess what? You'll be really surprised when you get there, because what we're gonna do.
I can't wait, man.
The plan on Friday is to do the Morning Brew Show and have you. Excuse me. Is Teresa coming to the rodeo on Friday?
Teresa, yeah.
Teresa's going to be there at the rodeo with us on Friday, and we're going to have the Jumbotron right in back of you guys. So we're going to do the interview right there and have the Jumbotron, and it's going to be freaking amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be so
Yeah,
rad.
we got it. And like I said, with all the sponsors, like I said, with MGP Coatings came on, which is a really cool, increases your value of your house and your debt. I mean, just like I don't know what else to use other than epoxy, but it's not an epoxy. It's a different.
Yeah.
It's its own brand, right?
Yeah.
And then there's just so many of our sponsors that we're super stoked to take them and be a part of the Sheriffs Rodeo. You want to thank our sponsors? You think you could do it? Oh man, let's see. Yeah.
All right, ready? Here it goes.
Let's try that.
Go ahead. Let's see what you got.
Up. All right. Well, hey, as always, guys, we can't do this without you and our sponsors. We'd like to thank Esperanza's Wines, Wine Travelers Hideaway, Visited Tascadero, 805 Customs, Dunkel Brothers Plumbing, Hanson Enterprises, Borhone Auto Center, Kennedy Club Fitness, Airflow Filter Services, Story Termite and Pest Control, MGP Coatings, Remax, Ron Mullins, and Suprema Meat Market.
Yeah.
I did?
You did it. Look at you.
Man.
Your head is still okay. You're not. Your faculties are all still there. So that's a good sign. That's a really good sign. Wow. If you only got like 2 of them, I'd have been like, "Oof, that would have been rough."
Right?
That would,
yeah.
My name is John Doty, and
yeah, no kidding, man.
Yeah. Awesome, man.
Yeah. So what else is going on today for the rest of the show? What do you got going on? What's planned out?
Well, I got Lori Bryant calling in pretty soon here. So after you get off the phone,
awesome.
She's going to call in and give us our little news from SLO County News. And then I got a really good interview with Commander Chad Nicholson and Nate Paul. Nate, God dang it. Nate, is it Sheriff Nate Paul? Chief Deputy Nate Paul.
Yeah.
Always get that mixed up.
Deputy Nate Paul.
So I got a really awesome interview with them right after I get off, because nobody wants to listen to me talk. You got to get back, dude. I got all these buttons. I got all this stuff I have to push, and it's so much easier when you're sitting in the chair, and I can sit there and just push buttons and not have to talk. And I don't think people want to hear me talk, so they want to hear you talk. They want to hear you talk.
I know.
Yeah.
I will be back in the morning for sure. Like I said, I had all the intentions to be there this morning, and then when I woke up at 3:30, I couldn't go back to sleep, so I've been up ever since.
Oh my God! You texted me at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I know.
You texted me when I woke up. That's when you woke up? Oh my God!
Well, I sent you the original message last night at 9:15.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, man, cool. I did the show. We're good to go. I'll see you in the morning. And then you sent me that message and said, you're coming in?
Yeah, I was surprised.
And then when I woke up, I was like, oh, I can't move. And I looked over on that message and I saw it. I'm like, well, I was going to up until just now. So.
Well, come in tomorrow, have a shot of vodka, take 2 Norco, and sit in the chair. Let's just see what happens.
Yeah, well, one makes you feel great. So I can imagine what 2 would feel like.
Woo. Well,
So, but
I'm glad that's working.
I'm
glad the medication's working for you, because if without medication you'd be suffering. So.
Yeah, but dude, I'm trying to like ration them, man. Like the first one that I took, I split in half, and it didn't really give me that that sense of painless feeling.
Yeah.
And then last night I took one, and man, I felt like I was on top of the world. I was like, man, I think I'm getting better. I think my pain is gone.
Out there doing cartwheels, like you said, right?
Well, that was Justin. Justin was doing cartwheels off of his first Norco. So,
oh my gosh.
So now I'm down to my last one, unless I get a refill. So I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm a little sketched out right now. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, I told you where to put the lidocaine patches in that where it works. So,
dude, those things don't work at all. I literally had them patched up on my neck, on my shoulder, down my side, and they did not provide any comfort whatsoever. The only thing they did do was like fall off. They kept like falling off, like rolling off. So I had my daughter, which she's over there at Dr. Platterati.
Yeah.
And so she bandaged up my head after I left the hospital because, she has this tape, man. It's like super glue.
Right.
It's like Gorilla Glue times 10, right?
Yeah.
So she came over and started taping me up and putting those lidocaine patches taped up on my side and everything. Well, you can only have them on for 12 hours. So at like 3 o'clock in the morning on Monday or Tuesday, I'm trying to peel these things off, and literally my skin, she has one going right across my boob. And dude, I'm literally pulling oh yeah, dude, I'm pulling my nipple off my chest.
Nice. Did you get a video of it?
Dude, I'm like going, okay, which hurts more, my skin getting ripped off or my compressed, rib cage?
Oh my god.
Oh my god. Right?
Well, like they say, pills are good. Pills are good.
Yeah. Well, I needed pills after I took off the lidocaine patches. I needed more Norco because I was in pain.
Well, we're glad you're feeling good. Kelsey says, "Hope you feel better soon." Randy, Teresa says, "Hope you feel better soon."
Yep. Thanks for all the text messages and the emails yesterday. So I definitely appreciate that. And I saw, it all started coming in after you posted something because my phone started blowing up, and then my wife's like, "Did you post something?" I'm like, "No." She's like, "Well, somebody did because they're messaging me asking how you're feeling." I'm like, I don't know. I said, I think maybe Eric posted something on What's Up North County.
Yeah, I told everybody to give you the biggest hug they could give you when they see you at the rodeo. So be ready for that, okay?
Oh yeah, we'll wear one of those bulletproof jackets get one from the sheriff.
Come in with the armor.
yeah, something that they can't squeeze it in.
All right. Well, I got Lori Bryant supposed to be calling in here. I don't want to take up too much of her day, and then I want to go ahead and roll this video, and I got to get out of here because I got a lot of stuff I got to do today. I got to get down to Suprema Market, do my videos. I think I'm going to head down to the rodeo to go check out to see what's going on down there at the rodeo. And
all right,
I'll see you tomorrow morning. Right? Tomorrow morning you're going to be in studio in here.
Sure.
In here.
I'll be in studio. I'll be in studio. Do some live. Yeah, do some live video today too.
Okay.
And once again, guys, thanks again for all the love. Appreciate it. Appreciate the support with What's Up North County.
That's right, boy. That's right. I like it.
All right, we'll see you in the morning, buddy.
We'll see you, buddy. Later. All right, guys. Well, hey, Randy's alive, so that's a good thing. That's awesome. So it was good to talk to Randy and get him on the show. I think we have Lori Bryant calling in to have our news, our morning news. So when she's calling in, I'll let you guys know. We do have a couple things that I did want to talk about today. We have a local author of a book from Templeton. Let me get this story up. Actually, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to talk to Lori Bryant. So hang on one second. There she is. Lori, you there?
I'm here.
Oh,
I just wanted to wait till he was done.
Wow, thank you. All right, thank you for calling in, Lori. I appreciate
he's really got messed up.
He's no, like I said, he's not himself. He's not like he's not feeling it. So We're lucky to
No.
still have him. You know, can't
Yep.
lose the guy because he's a good drinking buddy. So I don't want to lose him. But,
Yeah, no shit. God dang, man.
But can you
He
imagine?
is so lucky.
Can you imagine flipping a razor and banging your head
On your head.
It's all metal. It's all metal and like sheet metal and
Oh, my God.
rough.
And that was one of those hold my beer moments, you know?
I think you're right. You know, I hate to say it, but I think you're right. It's you know, lessons learned. You know what I mean? That's all I can say.
But you know what? That's the whole thing. If we don't do stuff stupid, we don't have great stories. That's how I look at it. We all have done stuff stupid. We've all
it's so
done it.
true.
And
It's so
if
true.
we sit there and judge people for that, that's not.
No,
if you haven't done something stupid, you haven't lived.
That's true. It's like watching that kid on the tricycle go off the ramp. You know what I mean? You ever seen that meme on it, like
Yes.
Instagram? And it's like this kid's like, you know what's going to happen. He's going off a 4-foot ramp on a little tiny tricycle. He's going to hit and he's going to wreck himself. So
He's going to splatter.
yeah. So did you go to Taco Tuesday yesterday?
I did not. I had too much going on.
Yeah.
I missed it.
As did I. But I'm going to try to go down to Suprema today and do some videos. And I think I'm going to get my tacos on Wednesday. So that's what I'm
right
gonna do.
on.
Yeah.
There you go.
So what's going on in the news today?
Well, you know what? Are we on air?
We are live.
Oh, shoot. Did I cuss again? God darn it. Anyway, so traffic is looking good. There were 2 accidents to report. There has been a body reportedly found in Atascadero behind Chevron. No details on that yet. No police report on that yet. Other than that, we're still looking at another beautiful day. We've got a rocket launch tonight scheduled, hopefully from Vandenberg around 7:45, I believe. And it's just good to know that Randy's going to be okay. I mean, again, I don't judge him. We've all done dumb stuff. I have enough scars all over my body to know that.
Oh, trust me, I got it enough too. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I have no judgment on him. I'm just glad that he's going to be okay.
Yeah.
And that's the best news we could hear about. And I'm sure that nobody's harder on Randy than himself right now. So.
Well, Randy says thank you. He's over there chit-chatting in the chat box over there, so he says thank you.
Well, I'm just glad he's okay, or going to be okay.
Right.
Keep puffing on that machine. That'll save his lungs, and he needs to do that. That's serious stuff. Don't want to get pneumonia.
No.
And that's pretty much it. I mean, it looks like it's going to be a beautiful day again. Let's be careful out there. At the same time, we've got the Sheriffs Rodeo coming up that everybody's fired up about, and let's do this weekend. Let's have a wonderful day today, and be safe.
Are we going to see you at the Sheriffs Rodeo?
You know, you might. I'm trying to get. It depends on my schedule, but it looks like I may be able to get out there. I don't know if I'll get out there Friday, but I'm hoping to be out there Saturday. So
yeah, Saturday is the day. So Friday's our setup day, so we're going to be there on Friday. But Saturday is the day. But I think you can still call in on Friday. We're going to try to make that work. Okay. We'll see what happens.
You just let me know. I'm here. And it'll hopefully, if Randy feels good enough, he'll be there tomorrow. If not, he needs to rest another day so he can be at the rodeo.
Like I said, I'm gonna get him like Weekend at Bernie's. If I have to go pick him up and he's just sitting there with the microphone, like this. So we'll
give him a couple pills and then let him be there. Put some glasses on him. Nobody will even know the difference.
A vodka glass with a lime in it and a microphone. Like that. Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
And his straw set up yesterday in that picture was amazing. That was intuitive. I had to be his wife that did that.
That was very creative. That was a long straw too. That's a long pull. So I don't know how his lungs.
Right?
That's how his lungs should get filled, is by sucking on a straw that long. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
All right, Lori.
You have a beautiful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow if needed.
Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, no problem.
Bye-bye.
Have a great day.
Bye. All right, guys. Lori Bryant, SLO County News. 30,000 plus followers and still growing. We love Lori. She's great people, and she gives us the best news around. So, hey, what's up, Lee Oliver? Haven't heard from you in a long time, man. How you been? All right. So as you guys know, I'm producer Eric. Randy was just on earlier. He had an accident, and he's no longer able to come in for today, but tomorrow he said he will be in studio. Randy Doty will be here in studio, so please Tune in tomorrow and get the whole thing. We're gonna have him show us his head again. We're gonna have him show us all his injuries, and he could talk a little bit more. We're gonna have the Sheriffs Rodeo, guys. If you guys don't know about it, the Sheriffs Rodeo is coming this Saturday. Please, you guys, get your tickets because they are gonna sell out. They are already predicted to sell out by tomorrow, or Friday, I should say. If you haven't got your tickets, get them. You can go to Eventbrite, slowsheriffsrodeo.com. You can go there and get your tickets, but you have to have a ticket to get in. You can't just pay at the door. So make sure you guys get your tickets and be able to bring it to the door. So military, officers, kids are all free, but you still under 12. Kids under 12 are all still free, but you have to have a ticket, guys. So you have to have a ticket to get in. So please get your tickets now and come see us at the Sheriffs Rodeo. Okay. All right. I got a couple stories here that I wanted to go through and talk to you guys about. Let me see if I can pull these guys up, but yes. So another thing we want to talk about too as well is the Stacy Strong event coming up. That's her logo, not her thing, but Stacy Strong is right here, June 9th, Hunter Ranch Golf Course, guys. You guys got to get out there too as well. We're going to be live broadcasting this as well. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'm hoping we're going to be on hole 9. So people from hole 1 to 9 are getting a little tipsy. They come out, they talk to us, they hit the ball. We make fun of them, and we all have a good time. So make sure you guys get out there June 9th, okay, guys? I just messed up, and I got my whole chart here. I'm pulling a Randy right now, guys. I literally just pulled my chart up and lost everything. So we have a local author that I really wanted to talk about. I thought this was a great story. She wrote a children's book. If I can get this thing, where the heck is it at? Give me 1 second, guys. Bear with me. I'm by myself today, so let's see here. Boom, there it is. Okay. All right, where are we at? Templeton book. Okay. So, author from Templeton published his new children's book. So, Marissa Gallo, a mother of 2 young boys, has completed her new book, The Bedtime Bears, a story about a young girl who has trouble going to sleep, but with the help of a special gift from her parents, is able to conquer her fears and sleep through the night. Let's get a little story. So, Gallo's tale is inspired by the author's own experience as a young girl being afraid of the dark and finding comfort in her bed of stuffed animals at night. Full of colorful artwork to help bring Gallo's tale to life, the author shares her story in the hope of helping readers of all ages overcome their fears of the dark with the help of their own stuffed friend, so that they can get a good night's sleep. So that's awesome. She's Marissa Gallo. I don't know if I know who she is, but anyways, congratulations, Marissa, on that. That's great. You really are inspiring to a lot of people in Templeton, and you're really helping out a lot of kids in the community. So, hey, were you guys ever scared of the dark when you were a kid? I know I was. I didn't like the dark. I did not like it at all. So, let's see here. We also have some other news. Let's go Fort Hunter Liggett. Fort Hunter Liggett to conduct annual training exercises starting this month. So, what does this mean? Annual training exercises. So let's see. Where's my thing here? I'm pulling in Randy. Now I know how Randy feels when he does this. All right. Beginning mid-May and extending through the end of June, the Army Reserve will conduct its annual large-scale combat support training exercises. We're probably going to be hearing a lot of booms. With this activity comes an anticipated increase in military and contract traffic along I don't know how to say this, Jolan Road, alongside heightened law enforcement presence in the area. Fort Hunter Liggett Public Affairs Office announced in a statement released on Friday. Let's see, drivers in this, come back. Drivers in the vicinity should prepare for potential traffic delays and exercise caution when encountering military convoys. Additionally, residents should anticipate elevated aircraft traffic and noise levels due to ongoing training activities. So we're going to be hearing some booms. We're going to see the military here. We love our military, so whenever I see them, I get excited. It's actually kind of nice to know that they're so close to us, because if ish did hit the fan, we know that we are here, and they are here with us too as well. So support your military, please. And if you see them in the convoy, they always like it when you honk and wave at them and, do some fun things. So they always usually wave back at you. So that's great to have that kind of military presence in our area. We do love and support you guys and appreciate what you do. One last deal here we got is upcoming city meeting to discuss funding street repairs. This sounds to me like just more money. So what are we going to be doing here? Are we actually going to repair some roads, or are we just going to throw money at a fan and see what happens? So let's see here. Click this guy. Get on there. Wow. Okay, guys. So approximately $350 million is required to repair all streets and pass robles, according to estimates. $350 million of our tax dollars going to this. Will this get done? I don't know. I mean, will they do every single street in Paso Robles? I have no idea. But the city of Paso Robles is inviting members of the Paso Robles community to attend the upcoming Coffee with the Manager meeting on May 17th to discuss funding street repairs with City Manager Ty Lewis. The event aims to facilitate discussions on funding options for street repairs. According to estimates, approximately $350 million is required to repair all streets in Paso Robles. City staff has extensively researched funding alternatives to expedite construction and seek residents' input on each option. Hey guys, do you guys have any input? I do. Fix the damn roads. Figure it out. That's what we pay you guys for, right? We give you guys money to go fix the roads. Why should we tell you how to do it when you're the city manager? I don't know. I mean, that's just me, ranting, I guess. But anyway, so hopefully our streets will get cleaned up and we don't have any more potholes. I know when I turn out my driveway here, I got a 2-foot pothole that I have to miss every time. I swerve and almost hit a car. And hopefully these roads will get repaired. Again, guys, Randy will be here tomorrow. He said it here live this morning. So if you didn't if you didn't hear, I guess you could say, Randy online this morning live with us, you could return back and watch this. You could also go to whatsupnorthcounty.com, and you could go to Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Spotify to listen to this broadcast again. So if you guys do miss it, remember, if you guys miss any of our shows, you guys could go back and watch them. That's the beautiful thing about social media and about doing a live broadcast on social media, that it is there for life. So if I say something stupid, guess what? It's there for life. We do want to thank some of our new sponsors, like we were talking about, MGP Coatings. Matt was in here yesterday doing his doing his voiceover for his commercial. That's going to be coming up here hopefully tomorrow. It'll be live on the show. But he has a very interesting product that will help out with cracks in your concrete, recoat it to make it look beautiful. We got Ron Mullins from Remax. He's selling all the houses in the area. He's got all the real estate stuff going on. Ron is a good guy to go to if you need to buy, sell house or property, or just have questions. Go to Ron. And then we also got Suprema Meat Market. Now, I learned a lot about Suprema Meat Market yesterday because Alex did come in yesterday and do his voiceover too. They have chili killies. Do you guys know what chili killies is? I absolutely love chili killies. It's almost like nachos, but it's not nachos. It's a specialty item. Their Taco Tuesdays are awesome. So if you guys didn't go to Suprema yesterday for your Taco Tuesdays, go there. I think it's like $1.39 a taco. They do handmade tortillas. They're doing all kinds of stuff. They got Harris Ranch beef. It is the meat market, guys, of our county. It is a really good meat market. So if you guys haven't gone to Suprema, please go and taste everything. They got everything. They got cilantro. They got drinks. They got chips. They got salsas. They got meat. They got fish. They got that fish. Maybe they don't have fish. I don't know. But anyways, they have all kinds of stuff there. I'm going to go there today and cut some videos, and we should be able to see we'll have everything dialed in. I'll have a video of everything that they do so you guys can see the inside of Suprema if you have not been in there. It's clean, it's busy, they have a lot of food rolling in and out of that place all the time. So it's a great place to go for tacos, get your meat there. What are you guys doing after the Sheriffs Rodeo? Go get your carne asada, hook it up, put it up on the grill, a little onions, a little, this and that, some tortillas, and have some cervezas, and boom, you got a freaking party after the Sheriff's Rodeo. So, and again, guys, if you guys don't know, the Sheriff's Rodeo, if I haven't said it once or twice, the Sheriff's Rodeo is coming this weekend. It is 5/11/24. So that is Saturday at Paso Robles Event Center. Please go get your tickets. If you guys haven't already got your tickets, please go get them now. You have to have a ticket to get in, okay? Also live music with Annie Bosco. She's going to be real entertaining. So I can't wait for this. It's going to be exciting. We will be live broadcasting that whole thing. And if you guys see us there, come say what's up. We got shirts, we got swag that we want to give away to you, okay? And if you want to get on camera, you got to do something fun. You have to be dressed up some way or something like that. So if you guys want to get on What's Up North County and get on the big screen and show yourself, you can, but just come see us. Say hi. Say what's up North County, okay? And Randy should be there. He might just be there like this. I don't know if he's going to be there like that or if he's going to be talking. We shall see. That is, we'll see what happens. But anyways, enough of me. I am not a big guy that wants to talk like this all the time. So we did have a great interview with Chad Nicholson, Commander Chad Nicholson, and Chief Deputy Nate Paul. I don't know if I got that right, man. I'm so sorry, Nate. Don't arrest me. But we had a great interview with them talking about this, the rodeo. You guys, if you guys ever see these guys, they are out there doing their work, which is detective work, knocking on doors, getting drug dealers off the street, getting bad people off the street. And on top of that, they're going over here to the event center and they're doing the rodeo at the same time. So if they get a call at the rodeo, they have to leave what they're doing there and go do police work and then come back and get the rodeo done. So if you guys ever see these guys, thank them because they're doing this for the community. They're doing this for you. And it's super cheap. For $10 a ticket, you can't get that anywhere. I don't even know if I can't even buy a 12-pack for $10. You know what I mean? Maybe Natty Ice or something, but you can't get it for $10, man. And Barrel House Brewing Company is going to be there. And they're going to have the fan zone before the Sheriffs Rodeo. It's going to be great. It's going to be good entertainment, high energy. You're going to have Premier Ag out there. You're going to have not all the contestants. You're going to have a lot of contestants out there signing autographs, talking to the kids. I think they're going to have roping. They're going to have razors, Randy. They're going to have more razors out there, Randy. So if you want to buy another razor, it's going to be out there. They're going to have cars. I think Borhan Auto Center is going to be out there. One of our sponsors is going to be out there giving, showcasing cars. Can't remember the whiskey place. I'm trying to think. God darn it, I can't remember the dang whiskey place. It was just right here on my brain, but I forgot it. But anyways, they're going to have all kinds of fun things going on at the fan zone. We'll be setting up, having a good time, doing interviews with contestants and everything. So it's going to be a good time. I'm hoping that we see everybody there and you guys have a great time too as well. Enjoy the concert afterwards and be able to drive home safely, okay? Rottenhammer, thank you, sir. This is why I need Randy in here, because he could think of these things. Anything that has to do with alcohol, he could think of. So, Teresa, got your tickets? You're going. Hey, we thought you weren't going. So Teresa's going. So that means that she's going to be singing the national anthem. And we're going to have a great time with Teresa. She might not be on stage singing the national anthem, but we may have her on broadcast singing the national anthem live. Okay, and maybe she'll do a little another song after that too as well. So thank you, Teresa. You're going to be singing the national anthem, and it's going to be a good time. Okay, I just want to thank everybody coming on here, saying Suprema Meat Market's great. Thanks, Kyle. Appreciate that. Again, we're glad that Randy's okay. The dude's tough. I guess his noggin's thicker than he got a thick noggin, so he should be back here tomorrow morning and getting ready to rock and roll. But right now, I have the interview with the sheriffs right now. So I'm going to play that. So at the end, I will come back, thank our sponsors, and we will see ya.
What's up, North County? I'm your host, Randy Doty, and today we are talking Sheriff Rodeo 2024. And in studio, we have Commander Chad Nicholson and Chief Deputy Nate Paul. My God. I rehearsed that too. Welcome, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
Awesome.
here.
Yeah, thanks for coming in. We appreciate it and really looking forward to what's happening. But let's wrap up what happened last year in 2023. So let's do a little recap.
Well, as you know, 2023 was a great year for us, building off our inaugural year in 2022. And we're just trying to grow the Sheriffs Rodeo a little bit each year. And it seems like it's grown at an exponential rate. Last year, we were danger close to selling the place out at 7,000 people. And that's pretty good for only our second year at the rodeo. And like Nate and I have talked about before, you know, our motto is just to put on a great event for the community that's budget friendly and top-notch production value, and we feel that we reached that last year. But we're just going to continue to do everything we can to make that event bigger and better, like we're going to do this year.
Looking back to last year, I know we talked a little bit about this, you know, last year as far as the time invested, and I mean, what does it take to put on this, you know, because Chad, you have this big production like vision for what these rodeos and obviously you too, Nate, but you guys have this big production vision, you know, not right 10 years down the road. I mean, but what was it like last year for what you guys put on?
Well, I think year one was we did it. Last year was we got to improve on it. And so what was it like? It was, here we are, like we're now not waist deep, we're neck deep, so let's make this happen. It's a lot of fun, but it's a lot of work. Mm-hmm. And as we were changing, you know, into the clothes for the performance, we're moving a mile a minute, the phone's ringing off the hook, and you stop for a minute, you just go, this is awesome. This is why we do this, because the community is in the stands, they're clapping, they're stomping their feet, the contestants are lined up, ready to bring it. This whole thing is giving me chills, and this is why we do it. Mm-hmm. A lot of fun, but a lot of work.
Yeah, and along those lines, like you had said at the start, you know, we have this vision of what we want the Sheriff's Rodeo to look like. And as people that grew up around rodeo and as a contestant of rodeo and team ropings all over the country and so on, like you see what is a top-notch production value and what are great events, and you want to do, you know, everything you can to mimic those events for the contestants, for the spectators and everything. So we might be a small town community, but we want to bring a big town rodeo feel to the community here. So from everything from the sound, the lights, the announcers, the pre-rodeo fan zone area stuff we'll talk about in a little bit here, and the stock, the contestants, everything we want to do at a high level, so you feel like you're at a very, very top-notch, you know, rodeo essentially.
And I remember from last year, you guys talking about, you know, how this was your vision way back when, you know, just when you guys were out, you know, in the car and just, driving around, just talking about, you know, one day. Now, my question is, and I already kind of know the answer, but would you have this, would you be able to put this production on without the support of, say, you know, Sheriff Ian Parkinson and his support and obviously love for the Western Way?
I don't think so. It would be much more difficult. We'd be able to put on a production, but it would not be as fluid as what it is now. Just because the support that the community backs us with, because we are law enforcement and because of the philosophy behind the rodeo and its purpose, and Sheriff Parkinson's support and all of our volunteers and all of our workers on the committee, it's very, very difficult to do that just in the private sector and put on your own rodeo. So it makes it a lot more attainable because we are
it was sheriff only, you know, out there, you know, being participants, which isn't the case, right? It's probably what, maybe 20% of the.
I would,
Not even that.
I don't think so. I think, one.
Yeah.
One.
You guys?
One.
Yeah, but that's it. I mean, other than that, you see, like, we have top cowboys and cowgirls really from around the country. So The winner of our steer wrestling last year was Stan Branco, and Stan Branco darn near won the world championship this year in professional rodeo. He had a phenomenal national finals rodeo in Las Vegas here last month, and was knocking on the door of a world championship. And that is the contestants that we get at our rodeo, you know. And Bear Pasco, another one, he's been in here. And you've got Dugan Kelly, who's a national finals rodeo healer, been to the NFR numerous times, multiple times circuit, you know, champions throughout all of our events. So the list goes on. And I think a lot of people that compete in the sport of rodeo around here realize how competitive this area is. But for those that don't, this is a very, very competitive area in the sport of rodeo. You have some of the best cowboys and cowgirls in the sport that live on the Central Coast. And, you know, a lot of the contestants that come from Texas and other states, they will attest to that. So we're very, very lucky to have top-notch contestants around here locally and a pool that we can draw from for our rodeo.
So, Nate, I'll ask you, from last year when you look back on it, I mean, the night's over. And I remember talking to you guys when the night was over, and it was like, whew. But the night's over, and you just look back on it. What was the one thing that you took away, you think, from last year's rodeo that you're just like, man, I can't believe this happened?
I can't believe we filled the stands completely. We basically sold out the main grandstand at the Paso Robles Event Center. In our second year, that was the goal that we set, but it happened. And we had another successful event where people left with a smile. So while I can't believe it happened, I kind of can, because I know the work was put in, but it doesn't happen until you get there. And when we watched those stands fill up, and in fact they were full, and we're basically looking at a sellout, it's like we did it. And not only did we do it, but the community left happy. And that is the goal, is to bring the community together to celebrate this great thing that we have here, you know, in this county, our community, our lifestyle, and we were able to do that.
And along those lines, really quick, Randy, it's funny you mention that, because when Nate and I were brainstorming this, you know, years ago, and even just a couple years ago when we did the first one, you have these visions in your head of what you want the rodeo to be like, and you always have an envision of the stands being full, but you never know if anybody's going to show up, and you never know if anybody else is going to like it as much as you do in your head, you know. So you can put all this work into it, and you sit there and you lay awake the night before thinking, God, I hope people come to this, you know.
Right.
And then to see them like flow in and the place filled up, it's just like, okay, we did it, you know. And it's a great feeling.
It was at one point during last year's rodeo, I had to leave where I was behind the chutes and get out to pick up some folks in a off-road vehicle for part of one of our acts. So of course I've got my committee shirt on, and I'm trying to move quickly through the crowd, and 4, 5, 6 people, hey, excuse me, thank you, this is great. Which, it's like, don't thank me, like, thank you for being here. I want to thank the community for their support. Here they're thanking me because I'm identified as a committee member is all, and getting to interact just in that little bit to see, like I said, the smiling faces and the thanks. And I want to thank them for their support. I want to thank them for bringing their families, for supporting rodeo, for supporting the professional athletes that we're able to bring to compete for them. It's a win-win all the way around, and it feels great.
And looking back on, you know, the last 2 years, so the first year you had the major power outage, which remember we talked and you're like, hey, I had to make some calls to get that thing turned back on, or at least here. And then last year, something that you didn't expect, of course, we were in a storming, you know, time frame, but we had, what was it, 110 degrees at the rodeo last year?
It was like 1,050 degrees.
It was hot.
It was
hot.
insane.
Yeah, I think the last 2 years we've hit the 2 hot weekends in May. It seemed like, yeah.
But it still didn't deter anybody from, you know, coming out. I mean, you know, kids and you know, of course, everybody was like fixated on that overhang at the grandstand, you know, because we were over there on the other side at the grandstand stage, and, you know, just looking up at that shade going, that sure looks nice over there.
Yeah, no, definitely. You know, it's grown and grown, and we've got some really exciting plans for this year. And I know we'll probably talk about it at the end, but none of this would be possible without our sponsors. Obviously, you guys at What's Up North County, I could go down the list. We have 60, 75 sponsors, but you have our major sponsors between Premier Ag, Borehome GMC, the Hearst Ranch, Prefert. We have just phenomenal support all the way down the line. Cactus Saddlery, Resistol, they have been phenomenal to deal with. EECU is a new sponsor of ours this year, a credit union here locally, and they became a premier sponsor. And one thing that we'll talk about that we're going to do this year, something new, is we're giving scholarships out that are going to go out here right away to high school seniors throughout the county. So the EECU Credit Union is the title sponsor of that as well. So anyways, the support that we have throughout the community, Barrel House, another one, just phenomenal. And we couldn't do any of this without the support of our sponsors.
And you mentioned, without hesitation, everybody was like, yeah, we're on board again, for this coming year. So we may as well just segue right into what's happening this year. So do we have a date yet already dialed in for
May
it?
11th, Saturday, May 11th.
Okay.
At the event center. Yep.
And so what's some of the changes? I mean, maybe not changes, maybe just additions. Because like I said, could you have changed something from last year?
Yes. So what we're going to do this year is we're trying to, because we're starting to outgrow, or not necessarily outgrow ourselves, but the event's gotten really big in just 2 years for just a one-day event. So as you know, one night we have our sponsor dinner, which we thank all of our sponsors for everything that they do and all their support. What we're going to do differently this year is we'll have our sponsor dinner on Thursday night. On Friday during the day at the fairgrounds, that day will be dedicated to event qualifiers. So we will have qualifiers throughout the day and evening, so we can take all of the top 10 in each of our events and qualify them to the rodeo the next day, which will be Saturday evening. And then that Saturday is fully dedicated to the rodeo. And I'll let Nate talk on it some, but the one new this year is we're going to have a fan zone that's going to open a few hours prior to the rodeo. So we encourage as many people to come onto grounds prior to the rodeo and enjoy a lot of the amenities that we're going to have to offer them.
Kind of like what you get like when you go to a professional, like the NFL games, they have that fan zone, or NFR in Vegas.
Or the
they
NFR,
have
yep.
Interesting.
And again, when we sat down, when we planned this, kind of the benchmark we think of is how'd they do it at the NFR? And then let's try and emulate that as best we can. So our fan zone this year will open up several hours before the performance, 3 to 4 hours before the performance starts. People are welcome to come. The midway area at the event center, as well as the park area inside the main entrance, will be set up with a variety of vendors, greatly expanded food and beverage vendors, so folks can get more food and drink and avoid some of those lines. Come earlier if you want to snack and have dinner throughout the afternoon. We'll have live music there in the front park area. Activities for all ages, whether you're a grown-up and want to look at some of our vendors that'll be there displaying their wares, whether you bring the kids and want stuff for the kids to do. For example, we'll have a mechanical bull. We're going to have roping dummies.
Oh,
We'll have people there to sign autographs, contestants. If you want to go autograph hunting. New this year, we will have mutton busting taking place in the covered arena prior to the performance, and then we'll bring back a couple qualifiers to compete in the performance. So the idea is you can come early to avoid some of that traffic, to avoid some of the hassles outside. There'll be plenty of stuff to do inside the fairgrounds prior to the performance, and then we'll kick that off and still have our full performance and the concert afterwards.
That's amazing. I mean, really, you think in 2 short years, did you guys expect, really, if you were to look back 3 years ago when you were kind of envisioning the very first one, did you expect this happen this quick?
No. It's like we said at the beginning of the show, it's exponentially grown, and I think a lot of that is because of the support of the sheriff, and just law enforcement as a whole within the county and so on. And really, it's our model too, Randy. We've talked over and over again, Nate, myself, and the sheriff, and we want this to be a good event for the community. We're not going to raise ticket prices. Like
$10.
It's $10 for adults. Kids are free. Law enforcement employees are free. It is about putting on a good event for them where they could come and it's not not going to break the bank. It's not going to break their pocketbook, and they can come enjoy rodeo, the Western way of life, and interact with law enforcement in a positive light, you know, and that's really what it comes down to. So I think just because of that model that we've dealt with, combined with the fact that we want such a high production value, the event has just taken off, and it's really, really neat to see.
So last year you guys had a little confliction with the college rodeo events, which was in Vegas. So do you have to, like, when you plan out your date, do you kind of put everything on the map as far as like major events? Because that pulled some kids and some participants to Vegas, right? From last year. Do you kind of put that together? And
Yeah, unfortunately, we're kind of bound by what dates are available at the fairgrounds, one. But yes, that is what we do. We evaluate, like, what are the major rodeos that are going on, you know, throughout the Western United States, and how is it going to impact our turnouts, both contestant and spectator-wise. And then you try and find a date that would work for everybody. And there's never a perfect date. You know, you can schedule an event, and you're the only thing on that date, and then 30 days prior, there's 3 other events going on, you know, but we try to do that as best as we could.
And obviously last year you guys brought the bulls, right? You had the bucking bulls, which was awesome. And from what I heard and understand, you can correct me if I'm wrong, that the purse for the bull riders was probably higher than most of the rodeos that they would go to. Is that correct?
Yeah, and going back to Premier Ag, one of our sponsors, they were phenomenal. We had added money that the purse that they compete for is combined with entry fees from the contestants and added money from us and sponsorships. And so last year you had the bull riders that paid an entry fee. You had the Sheriffs Rodeo that added X amount of dollars to the event. And then Premier Ag, the bull riding sponsor, they added an additional pot of money on top of it. So the bull riders were very, very happy to compete for the amount that they did.
And that was a really good, I mean, the bulls, I can't remember, I don't think anybody rode one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was. Yeah.
Was there one?
Yeah, I believe there was.
He's the one that did the backflip off the top,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, he was very happy because in a situation like that, they take all the ground money, so he got it all, and so he was living high on the hog that night.
Wow.
But
Good night to make a qualified ride.
Right?
Yeah.
But it was good. I mean, that was our first year having the bulls, and they were obviously a hit, and they bucked very well. But there was things that we learned from the bull riding that we're going to change for this year, just logistical things, and you know how things are set up with, you know, the pins and the alleys and all of that, and exit gates, and you know, everything. So you know, we learn, and every year it's a learning experience for everybody.
I think that's one of the benefits of the full-time job that we do. I mean, Chad and I off and on have worked together, for example, on our SWAT team for years in various capacities. Well, in the SWAT world, you have a, you know, bare knuckles debrief after every operation. That's how we debrief the rodeo. You know, we got together with Premier Ag last year to talk just about the bull riding. We got together multiple times in what, you know, we can consider our off season after last year's rodeo, before this one. And it is detail oriented. How can we do this better? But that's because we want to deliver that, you know, high caliber performance for the fans and for the contestants. And so we've made changes from what we learned last year, and I'm looking forward to seeing it take place this year, because we have redesigned some of the lead ups for the chutes, definitely redesigned how the pedestrians will get, how our guests will get to those stands on either side of the main grandstand stage to eliminate access issues from last year. And, you know, because that's what we're committed to doing, is bringing the crowd a good time so that everybody can just have fun and come together.
Well, when you talk about commitment, I mean, you just shared with some news before we went on about the chutes, right? Do you want to share that? I mean, that's some good, great
absolutely.
news.
We just negotiated, myself, Nate, and the sheriff, where we purchased 4 bucking chutes from Prefert, black bucking chutes that are going to be the Sheriffs Rodeos now forever, and we currently have a deputy or a member of the committee that's en route to Las Vegas to pick them up, because they were staged out front of the Thomas and Mack during the NFR. So they're really nice, pretty black Prefert bucking chutes, and we'll be able to add that to our infrastructure now. And like I say, Prefert's just been so supportive of our event, and we couldn't ask for a better sponsor. And honestly, they have the best rodeo and ranch equipment than anybody could ask for. So yeah, we're really excited to get those on board. And last year, Glenn, the owner of Premier Ag, was so phenomenal. Him and his family, they tore down their personal arena and bucking shoots and hauled them into the fairgrounds so we could have bucking shoots there. And obviously this year he won't have to do that.
Right.
Thank goodness, But that just shows like how our supporters and our sponsors will go above and beyond to help out this event.
Tell them about the phone call. So we've been trying to line up buck and shoots, working on it, and Chad and I both went to the NFR, spent some time in Las Vegas. At one point we were talking, he goes, "Hey, I got to tell you about this phone call I just got. Remember outside the NFR, the buck and shoots that were on display?" I said, "Yeah, in the Prefert booth." He goes, "Yeah, we're going to buy them."
You're like, what?
Or we can buy them.
Wow.
And then I said, "I think we should." And he goes, "Well, I agree. We got to make some more phone calls." But I said, "Really, those?"
And like Nate said, the great thing about the rodeo community, and really even the country community, it's a very tight-knit, small community for the most part, and a good friend of mine that we go on a trail ride together works for Las Vegas events. Another one works for the South Point, and then we know Eddie Prefert fairly well. So it's just, you get to know each other on a personal level, and it's like, oh yeah, we want to support your event, and it's a good cause, and we have these shoots for to offer you, and it just works out for everybody, So it's a great thing, and we're looking forward to this year for sure.
And now you get to, well, I should say now you don't get to go to Vegas as a, having a good time. I mean, you're on business. You may be participating, but you're there also, kind of scoping out some ideas and for what you guys are building.
Yeah. Managed to have a good time too,
Yeah.
but yeah.
I think the way our minds work is, we're very similar. It's just our minds are never turn off, and it's constantly going, and you're always thinking and planning. And even in our regular jobs and running investigative units and SWAT teams and all of that, you're always planning for, the next minute, the next hour, the next day, and always coming up with contingencies. What are your contingencies? Because one thing you can count on is it's never going to go the way you anticipate it to go, no matter what the situation is. So if it doesn't go this particular way, how are we going to handle it? And it's no different in the rodeo planning too. So that's why I think the first couple of years have been fairly successful for us, is because we'll try and identify all of those contingencies that could come up and how would we deal with them. And because that's what we do in our everyday job. So that is a benefit to us as well.
And, last year, looking back, which I thought was pretty cool, not only do you have, obviously, San Luis Obispo County Sheriffs, you also, whether or not you reached out to them or they just showed up, which I think they just showed up on their willingness, was you had some sheriffs from Kern County, you had sheriffs from down in LA County, you had all these sheriffs, which we met in the night before, which was really awesome, and they were just loving everything that you guys were doing up here. Did you guys reach out to them to invite them, or did they just come on their own?
So a lot of those guys are personal friends with Sheriff Parkinson.
Okay.
And they are all members of what's called CSSA, the California State Sheriffs Association. And they go to various meetings, monthly, quarterly, and so on throughout the year to discuss, law enforcement topics throughout the state that affect all of our counties. So one of them was Jeff Dean, who's a retired sheriff he was the sheriff of Ventura County. Then, like you said, you had Donnie Youngblood from sheriff of Kern County. There was various other sheriffs from around the state that were there because their friend was with Sheriff Parkinson, but they also support what we do, and it's really, really neat. It's neat to see.
And just Johnny Youngblood. That is a
Donnie.
great
Donnie.
Johnny Youngblood. That's a great sheriff name, right?
Yeah.
You can't.
He's a great guy,
We
too.
met him, and he was awesome. He was just. They're all awesome. Everybody there, like I said, looking back, anybody that's really looking for an event that's friendly. Obviously, it's very safe. Obviously, probably the most safest place that you could be anywhere. But it's just, everybody was just genuinely nice. It was just very helpful. Of course, I saw you guys were, running around like crazy, back and forth, and you're black. Probably might want to look at getting white, this year. But it was just a great event, and I look at and try to think what else could you guys do to make it better other than expanding it, right?
I think we got some tricks up our sleeve. Stay tuned.
Yeah.
But we want to enhance the fan experience by spreading it out, into that the pre-party zone, the pre-game fan zone outside. We're going to pay close attention to making sure that everybody can get water if they need water, making sure they have extra food and beverage, that our pedestrian flow works. And then, we'll go from there. Not running qualifiers the morning of means that if you really want to get your fix of rodeo, come on Friday. It's open to the public. You can watch the qualifiers. There's no admission charge. Just come onto the fairgrounds and check it out in the covered arena. So that's a way that, the diehard rodeo fans can get 2 days of rodeo now. And, still, it's only one ticket on Saturday and only $10 at that.
And that'll help you guys as well, not having those qualifiers the morning of the event, right? Because I'm sure that was just as big as the event going on at the main arena.
Yeah.
With the amount of participation and, the people in the stands. And, I'm sure that's just an undertaking on its own. And then go into kind of a regroup mode to prepare for the main event.
Right.
So,
Right. Well, and going back to what we were talking about at the beginning, I just want everybody that's listeners of the show or just in the public in general is all of the profits from this or the proceeds go to the Sheriffs Advisory Foundation. And the Sheriffs Advisory Foundation is a nonprofit association for us at the Sheriff's Office and all law enforcement agencies in San Luis Obispo County. And the sheriff will utilize those funds to purchase equipment for all law enforcement agencies that might not be able to afford them due to their current budgets. Obviously, we're all under budget constraints, especially in this day and age and this time and so on. So, being all funded by, our taxpayers and taxpayer dollars, there's certain things that get approved and certain things that don't, but it doesn't mean that some of the things that don't get approved aren't necessities. So we evaluate each request and the sheriff will look at it and he can sign off and purchase things for other departments and ourselves that maybe weren't funded before.
kind of thinking like a boosters, right? Like for a high school,
exactly.
Yeah, it's the
essentially.
perfect way to put it.
So, you guys are out doing your own fundraising, putting in your own work, to help because just like you said, there's some things that you guys may or may not need that, just the dollars aren't there to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, make no mistake about it. Our rodeo sponsors make it possible, especially make it possible to keep that $10 ticket price so that the community can come and it can be a fun night that doesn't break the bank. But without the level of sponsorship that we receive, there's no way we could produce this event, especially this caliber of event. So it is 100% a giant thank you to the support of our sponsors because they are the reason, that we can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's also talk about from the Bulls to the to the Cowboys and the Cowgirls, the athletes. You had top-notch Bulls, you had top-notch announcer. Let's talk about that for a little bit. That guy was really, really good. He was nonstop for what was it, 3 hours? Was that a 3-hour event almost?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just about. Yeah.
So you guys bring in
Drew's a
some
good
top-notch
guy.
stuff.
Yeah, Drew Stewart is the announcer you're talking about, and he's phenomenal. He lives in Oklahoma, and had the pleasure to meet him probably 7 or 8 years ago when I started going on a trail ride, part of an organization that I'm part of, and have been around him a lot. One of the greatest guys you could be around, one of the funniest guys you could be around as well. But oh my goodness, he is talented with a mic in his hand, and when we started the rodeo, that was the first name that came to mind. And luckily, he's out this way during that time, so he's signed on to do it, and he's been phenomenal. And you guys all know, without a good announcer, it's just not the same. And a good announcer and a good man behind the mic can really make an event, man or woman behind the mic. And he's done a great job, so we've been fortunate to have him.
And does he have some relations with the Cowboys that are there? Because it seemed like he was talking.
It's a small world.
With just like he knew him, and it was pretty entertaining.
Yes.
Yeah. That's what when we said to each other we're going to need an announcer, meaning it's like a quarterback, right? You got to have the right guy for the job, and Drew is that guy. Tavion Harleston, our sound man that works in conjunction with Drew, has a library of audio files, all that music, all the pump up music for during the events and everything. Those guys enjoy working together, and so that's how the magic happens, where you get the crowd into it and it pumps up the contestants and everybody raises their game.
Mm-hmm.
And now, is there any events that you are? I mean, or I assume sure that you are, but that you're not maxed out with participants, or are you maxed out on everything, all the events that you have?
Yeah, we're pretty much maxed out. So we run qualifiers for nearly all of our events, except for a couple are invitational, like the bull riding and so on. But everything's maxed out. I mean, in the team roping, we'd have hundreds of teams that would compete for 10 spots. And same with the breakaway roping. They had darn near 100 girls that qualified last year, or that participated in the qualifier for 10 spots. Darn near 100 girls in the barrel racing. And so it's just, I mean, it's very well attended, and it's hard to qualify for the finals. So that's why the men and women that you do see in the finals, they're very, very good at what they do.
Well, I think that's a good thing to point out too, that as long as we gather, as long as we draw that caliber of contestant, we're committed to putting on those qualifiers so that they can make that run for our prize line and for our added money, and we want to take care of those contestants. Just as we're committed to the fans and to our community that enjoys the show, we're committed to producing a top-notch event for that high caliber athlete, to come and compete.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the way a lot of events are set up, whether it's jackpot, team ropings, barrel racing, breakaways, whatever the case may be, the producer will usually hold out a percentage of the entry fees for themselves to clear expenses and so on. We don't do that. All of the money from our qualifiers goes back as added money for the contestants. So that's what the help of sponsorships and all that help with our expensive, but we try to give everything we can back to the contestants to make this as good of a deal as possible for them.
And when you look back at your feedback from your participants, what was that like last year?
Oh, I think it's been spot on.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously there's little things you can improve on from here and there, but all of our contestants have really, really enjoyed the rodeo production, for one, the payouts. To the prize line, we give a lot of prizes to the winners, and it's phenomenal. It's neat to see as we travel around the county or around the state or wherever, the championship buckle being worn. There was a local girl named Shaylee Baxley, and she got all the way to the semifinals of the American qualifier in Arlington, Texas last year. And there's photos of her, and she's wearing the Sheriffs Rodeo champion buckle, and stuff like that. So it's, people are proud to be a champion of that rodeo, I feel. So, and, honored to wear the buckle. And I think a lot of that comes from, when you win an event, it's who are you winning it against? If you're winning against, people that nobody's ever heard of, or it's in somebody's backyard and there's only 5 people there, you might not be as I guess surprised to wear that buckle. But if you're competing against some of the best in the state or in the country and you win that event, you have some pride in that and putting that buckle on. So it's pretty neat.
Now, you talked about mutton busting. Is there any other new events for 2024?
No new events. We'll stick to the same events, the same order, basically. Obviously do the mutton busting before so all the kids can enter that want to, and then we'll bring a few back for the performance. The SED, the SWAT team ribbon roping, will return. So that we can throw.
But Sheriff Parkinson was a little concerned because he's got your whole SWAT team out there.
Nothing like feeding the SWAT team guys that have no idea how to handle cattle to the roping calves that are all too happy to take advantage of them. That's good watching.
Right.
Yeah, anytime when you take the alphas of alpha and put them on something, even if they've never done it, they have no idea what to do, they're game, full send.
Full send.
So it's always fun to watch. We'll do the hide races again. That was fun. So just little things like that as specialty acts. But as far as the main events, we're going to keep all of those the same. We're going to have another top-notch concert afterwards, which we'll be announcing the artist here in the coming weeks.
Like a little bit right here.
Little teasers.
Little
We're
teasers,
finalizing the contract with them. So until we get that inked, we can't disclose. But what we can say is it's going to be another great concert, and we're going to have another very, very good artist play after the rodeo. So everybody needs to make plans to attend, just like we did last year. Right after the rodeo, we will work the arena very, very quickly, just so there's no tripping hazards and so on. And then everybody from the stands fans can come down on the arena floor and just be front and center there for the concert. So plan on that again, and then like we had said, come early because we're going to have a really neat fan zone for people to experience as well.
So right now, are you? How does somebody sign up, or what's the process for that for somebody that wants to be a participant? Either it be mutton busting or roping or barrel racing. What's the process for that?
So we're going to announce the various signups and whatnot will be announced via our social media, SLO Sheriffs Rodeo, our website, Facebook, Instagram. So follow us on social media, share it. The biggest thing that we've announced right now is Flag Girl tryouts. That information is available, on our social media, because the flag girls that participate in the grand entry and that carry the sponsor flags throughout, we've got their tryouts coming up first part of next month. We'll be announcing our first ever SLO Sheriffs Rodeo Scholarship here momentarily, and then the other announcements will come thereafter, as well as when we open up ticket sales here in about 2 weeks.
Yeah, and to piggyback on that, Randy, so what we'll do is we'll release the ads for the qualifiers here in the coming week. So the qualifiers will be produced the day before, like we had said, May 10th, and then a couple of them will be produced earlier in that week.
Yeah.
So all of the rodeo contestants are familiar with seeing the ads, what's the date and the times and the formats. So we'll be releasing that here right away. And then as far as them entering the qualifiers, they come the day of that respective qualifier and enter on site to get in, and then ultimately we take the top 10 in each event and they come back.
And there's still opportunity for sponsors to come in and be a part of it as well, correct?
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about that.
So if you go to our website at www.slowsheriffsrodeo.com, our sponsorship brochure is on there. You can see all the different packages. A lot of the packages have sold. Say, for example, you can be the sponsor of a particular event. So you're the sponsor of the team roping. And there's various events and packages that have sold already, but we still have room for a lot of additional sponsors and so on. So that's how people... if they go on there, they see the brochure, they see something they're interested in, there's contact information on there where they could reach out to us via the internet and social media, and then we'll start the dialogue with them.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And when does the butterflies start kicking in? Right now? Are they in full flight right now, or?
Almost.
Yeah.
We got done with Christmas time and we said we got to get on this, and now look at it's almost February.
Yeah.
So it's starting to get fast and furious, but we got it handled. The butterflies will come, but it's more excitement.
Yeah.
It's
more adrenaline.
Yeah, it's adrenaline for sure. For sure.
Yeah.
And now you both participate. I know you do. Did you participate last
I
year?
don't rope good enough to rope in his branding pen. I'm not going to give him my money on top of that.
I participate every year, and as much as I can. Obviously, I got my day job and so on, that it takes takes away a lot of time. But I usually compete each year. I've been fortunate the last 2 years to qualify for the finals, and was able to win one of the events the first year. So that was neat in the inaugural year. So I'll give it a shot again this year, and we'll see what happens. But
So there's no inside push because you're part of the Sheriff Rodeo to where you automatically get to be in the finals?
no, absolutely not. Absolutely not.
He's just handy.
So we'll see. It'll be a fun event. We're excited, but I don't think the butterflies ever really go away. But as you start creeping up and getting closer to the date, the adrenaline starts pumping a lot more. And just a funny story really quick is, when you talk about butterflies. So before I went into law enforcement, I had myself and Dugan Kelly, we had a team roping association. We produced team roping events all over the state of California, part of, the South, Arizona, New Mexico, a few in Texas and so on. And I think the biggest thing that makes this not have as much butterflies is because of the support that we have through our sponsorships. I remember producing an event in New Mexico one time and not knowing if anybody was going to show up because we were new to the area. Nobody had heard of our team roping association, and nobody came. Like literally nobody came. Like a few trailers did, and it was probably the worst feeling anybody could ever experience. So you have like the high of the highs of the ones that are successful and they know you and they believe in your model and so on, and then you could venture outside of the area and try and do the same thing, and it could completely flop on its face. and so having those feelings, compared to this, it's totally different because this is a different model. We have a lot of support and we know people are going to show up and support it as opposed to that feeling. So I've been on different ends of the spectrum in this business and all that. And I think that's honestly what helps, make it better and better is because when you have those experiences, you know what not to do.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think that's more like panic attacks versus butterflies. But I can see where that could definitely come into play. But you guys do pretty well, promoting it, pre-tickets, pre-ticket sales, because you kind of get on a baseline of where you're at, on the day of the event. Of course, you're going to have some walk-ins. But, like you said, last year you guys sold out, right?
Well, that's a word to the wise for this year. Like, get your tickets when ticket sales open up, because if last year is any indicator, and I think it is, we will sell out. And I'd hate to see people that want to come to the rodeo that think they're going to buy it day of not be able to. But that's basically where we're at. So we'll be opening up ticket sales here beginning of February, and get your tickets. You don't want to miss it.
Yeah, and along those lines, like Nate was saying, we'd love to accept everybody that comes, but there's a capacity there in that outdoor arena, and there's fire marshal standards and safety of the public. So once those 7,000 tickets are sold, that's it. And if you're 7,001 and you're standing outside, unfortunately, you're not going to get in. So as early as people can get the tickets, go on and do it. We're going to be releasing the ticket sales here right away at the beginning of February. It'll be through Eventbrite again, so they could go to our website at slowsheriffsrodeo.com or our social media platforms, and it'll take them right to the Eventbrite platform where they could purchase tickets. So like we had said earlier, whether it's a $10 adult ticket or it's a free ticket of some capacity, whether it's a child or it's a law enforcement employee, they still have to have a ticket because we have to account for every body that comes through that gate for safety standards.
Well, if they don't make it in, they can always watch it on What's Up North County, because we're going to
true.
be broadcasting again.
That's true.
So
that was a hit, and you guys did that last year, and it was phenomenal, and we thank you for it. And Nate, maybe you want to tell a story about your daughter?
I was going to say, so my daughter grew up rodeoing, and then she rodeoed all through life until high school, graduated, and she's in the Army now, active duty. She was deployed last year to somewhere in the Middle East in the CENTCOM operational area, is all she'll allow me to say. And she watched our rodeo live from where she was at in the sandbox,
awesome,
along with other soldiers that she was downrange with.
Oh, very cool.
So you have global outreach here, and it was
awesome.
great to be able to do that. I know she was excited, even if it was like a 12-hour time difference.
Well, like I said, we appreciate being a part of this journey with you guys, because literally this is a journey that everybody's on, and it requires all hands on deck too. So we appreciate being a part of it, and allowing us to do what we do with you guys, and looking forward to bringing in some sponsors, bringing in some contestants, bringing in this platform could be is used for you guys for the next 5 months and ramping it up.
We appreciate it.
Well, we couldn't do this without your guys' support. You guys have been outstanding, helping us get the message out there and just supporting the rodeo. So thank you for you guys and your whole crew for everything you've done.
We appreciate it. Yeah. So anything else you guys want to add, or did we wrap up everything?
I think that about well covers it. I just want people to keep May 11th saved. Keep that date saved. Get your tickets as early as possible. People are really, really going to enjoy the rodeo if you haven't been. It's just a great family event. And anyways, we're just going to try and improve it each year.
Yeah, stay tuned. We'll have more information weekly at this point from now until when the rodeo starts.
Awesome. Well, when you guys bring out that announcement with the music act, let's do it right here.
Okay.
Let's bring it out right here.
You got
Sounds
it.
good,
Nate,
Randy.
thank you, sir. Chad,
Randy.
really
Always a
appreciate
pleasure.
it. Yep, we appreciate you guys and your service, and not only for what you guys are doing here for the rodeo, obviously outside this, because you guys have the battle every single day, so we appreciate your guys' service out there.
Well, thank you. It's our pleasure.
So, well, there you have it, guys. Hey, make sure you...
All right. I had to cut Randy off there because we have new sponsors, so I didn't want him to mention all the sponsors, and then all the new sponsors didn't get mentioned. So, hey, guys, don't forget Sheriffs Rodeo coming up this Saturday. Don't miss it. Do not miss it. Okay, I got to bump this guy. Sorry, sponsors. Paso Robles Event Center this Saturday. Get there early. You guys can go to the fan zone. You guys can meet all the, not all the contestants, but most of the contestants will be out there signing autographs. You got Annie Bosco for the live concert afterwards, which is going to be a lot of fun. A great entertainer. Don't forget, guys, also we have the Stacy Strong event coming up June 9th, 2024, this year, Hunter Ranch Golf Course. We will be live broadcasting that as well. They are still looking for sponsorships, golfers, gift bags and stuff like that. You can visit stacystrong.com for more information on that. Go there. But we cannot do this without you and our sponsors, okay? We want to thank City of Atascadero, Wine Travelers Hideaway, Kennedy Club Fitness, Borhone Auto Center, Airflow Filter Services, Suprema Meat Market, 805 Customs, Santos Brothers Plumbing, Ron Mullins at Remax, MGP Coatings, Story Termite and Pest Control, Hanson Enterprises, North County Junk Removal, and Escalar Wines. You guys, Randy will be back tomorrow morning. If you guys need to find out any more information, please go to whatsupnorthcounty.com. We got our Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Spotify, all there too as well. Like I said, Randy will be back tomorrow morning. Hope you guys enjoyed that. And we'll see you tomorrow. See you guys later.
Hi, this is Dave Story, small game hunter with Story Termite and Pest. We're a full-service termite and pest control company. From rodents to termites, we can take care of all your pest control needs. Call today, we can tailor a pest control program that will meet your needs and budget. Contact us at 805-460-0650 or at storytermite.com. Remember, we don't have customers, we have friends.
Hi, welcome to Kennedy Club Fitness, where we have something for everyone. We have weights, cardio, group exercise classes, racquetball, basketball, swimming, and pickleball coming soon. Here at Kennedy, we're committed to health, wellness, and community. Stop by any of our 4 locations: Paso Robles, Atascadero, San Luis Obispo, and Arroyo Grande, or check out our website at kennedyclubs.com.
What's up, North County? This is Teresa Branch with Airflow Filter Service. We are a family-owned business right here in the North County. We have air filters, oils and lubricants, and hydraulic hoses. We provide services that include air filter cleaning, DPF cleaning, and waste oil collection. Come check us out at 1140 Ramada Drive, and we can help you with all your automotive and industrial vehicle needs.
Hi, this is Omid
and Deanna
at North County Junk Removal. We are a business known for helping our neighbors and our community.
Let us help you save money and get rid of any unwanted items.
And rest assured that our professional team adheres to global standards of safety and recycling. We are fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind.
We are locally owned and operated, and we look forward to helping you with all your junk removal needs.
Please call us at 805-769-6966.
Atascadero isn't your standard getaway. We're unique, just like you. We're growing, transforming, and figuring it out as we go. We're a town filled with innovators, artists, makers, and game changers. We're a little bit country, a little bit funky, and always authentic. We're here for your good times, your slow times, and your changing times. We're all in Atascadero. Come see for yourself. Learn more at visitatascadero.com.
What's up, North County? Nate Santos here, owner of Santos Bros Plumbing. You might recognize me with my dancing horses at local events such as the Atascadero Tamale Festival, Templeton 4th of July, and Paso Pioneer Day. I am now available for all your home plumbing service and repair needs, from minor drips and drops to emergency leaks and clogs. For the best plumbing service, call Santos Bros Plumbing, pipe wranglers to the rescue.